We are live from ETC3 Studios in LJ, Georgia, and we are preparing for who's coming to visit, guys? Santa Claus. Santa Claus is coming to see us, and we're sitting here writing a letter to Santa. Now, how many of you guys have written Santa letters? Did y'all write him? Did you ask for something really special? Did you ask for something good?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think you've been good enough that he's going to bring your gift?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. What about you, little Miss Ella? Are you going to be a good girl and Santa's going to bring you a present? She's writing her letter late. She must not know for sure if she's been a good girl. Leanne, have you been a good girl? Yes. What did you ask for from Santa?
A phone.
A phone. There you go, a phone. And Mayan, what did you ask for from Santa?
2 teddy bears.
2 teddy bears. There you go. And, you know, Santa brought you a baby sister a couple of years ago. Was this kind of what?
I mean 2 koalas.
2 koalas. Okay, I understand. Today is going to be a day for y'all to visit with Santa. He's going to be on the set in just a little bit, and he's going to read y'all a story. And I've asked you to be really good, and I appreciate the way y'all are acting today. You're being really good. Do you know that your grandparents and all your friends and your classmates can see you on television now because we're live on TV? Did y'all understand that? You want to wave at everybody and tell them Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know, Christmas is about getting together with family and friends and often cooking. And today I brought in a simple recipe. I did it on Heart of the Home. And the guys were watching me and they said, this looks really good. Well, I did it this morning and it was very, very simple. And one of the simplest things you can do when you have a get-together is pick up the phone and call everybody and say, can you bring this, can you bring this, can you bring this? Kind of share all the things that have to be done. Don't make one person do it all. So today I brought in a young lady who can teach you the tricks of the trade by doing very fast, very simple recipes. And 2 of these children here happen to be hers. This one and this one. She produced my show for 3 years and we had a great time doing it, and now she is a stay-at-home mom, and I love that because she's had the opportunity to stay at home, actually homeschools children, and it's been really working well for her. But she has a little sideline she does, and it's teaching you to do very simple recipes. So right now we're going to take the kids off the set and we're going to focus on Miss Kiwi and a very, very simple recipe that she does. And when I looked at it, I thought, even I could do this. So we're going to let her share this recipe with us. Tell me a little bit, Kiwi, tell me a little bit about this recipe.
This is a very simple cream cheese, and you can add any kind of fruit you want to it. I used cherries for this one. You can use strawberries, or you can even use blackberries or blueberries or whatever your favorite fruit is, or peaches.
Now that looks perfect for the Christmas holidays.
Right.
The red is perfect.
So simple. 2 packs of crescent rolls, 1 package of cream cheese, a little bit of vanilla, about a half a tablespoon, and then you roll out, I don't know if they can see on the camera, but you roll it out into the shape of a candy cane.
Right. And you just do that with a normal rolling pin.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you put the cream cheese mixture on top of it, put whatever fruit you want, and then you just bake it for about 15 minutes at 350 and breakfast.
Wow.
Really, really simple, really quick.
You serve it warm, obviously.
Right.
And tell me a little bit about the dish that it's on.
This is actually, Pampered Chef has a new stone. This is the white pizza stone, and it's got a small addition of a lip and then more handle on it.
Oven safe, oven ready.
Oven safe, oven ready, and it's our stoneware, which, you know, if you've used any of our stoneware before, you know that over time it seasons, just like your cast iron would. It's really good to bake on. So.
Right. Now, I want to ask you about, I'm ashamed to say this, but I have one piece of Pampered Chef that it's like my overuser. I do it for everything, and I was sharing a recipe yesterday, and I was telling people how to do it, and I don't know what you call this thing, but it's the bowl with the lip on it with the lid.
The classic batter bowl.
Love that. I love that. And I shared a recipe yesterday, and I was telling somebody, I said, you know, you just add your cake mix, your 2 eggs, your container of Cool Whip, and you put it in your bowl and you stir it all up. That bowl is absolutely perfect for any simple recipe you do like that.
Right.
That's the only piece of Pampered Chef I own. But I love it, and I have abused it, used it, and continue to use it. I love that piece.
It is good. Did you know that you can make a cake in that bowl?
No.
bake it in the actual bowl.
You're kidding. Tell us how to do that.
No, it's so easy. You do the cake mix up like you just said, and you leave it in the bowl, and the bowl is safe to bake in.
Wow.
And when you make the cake, when you dump it out, when it cools, it looks like the indentation of, and you can stick a Barbie doll in the middle of it and make your Barbie cake like that.
Oh my gosh.
So simple.
A normal cake recipe, and you put the whole thing in there.
Right.
That is the coolest thing. Now, what if you could, does it have a hole in the middle of it kind of sinks down or not?
No.
No, okay. Because I was thinking those molten lava cakes where everybody puts all the goodies in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I could dig a hole in it and just fill it full of stuff.
Right.
So
That would be good,
I did not know
too.
that. I didn't know it was oven safe.
But like you say, you can always take a recipe and start with it and then make it your own, too.
A recipe is only a beginning.
I added a little cinnamon to this, actually, so, you know.
Now, again, this is crescent rolls, cream cheese, and these are strawberries or...
I use cherries.
Cherries, okay. And a little bit of cinnamon, and then you just roll your crust out and cut it with a pizza cutter. Is that kind of what you did?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, how many of these have you made?
The candy canes, this is the first one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And it was simple enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you got up this morning and threw it together.
I did. It
So
really
if
didn't
you're
take
doing an
long.
office Christmas party,
Oh,
or if you have
absolutely.
to do a brunch, you know, for the holidays, that's a great dessert and very, very simple.
Right.
So thank you very much for sharing that with us. Now we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to take care of some business. Miss Leanne is joining me, and Miss Leanne's mom does my hair. And we tell everybody that Jesus and Leah do my hair because when your mom started doing my hair, Miss Pam had done my hair a long time, hadn't she? A long time. And then Miss Pam went out on medical leave, and your mom kind of stepped up to the plate and took over, and she's doing a good job. Do you like my hair? Yeah, your mom wants to color it a little bit. Do you think I look old with gray hair? No, I don't either. I'm saying we leave it like it is. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, it's almost time for Santa and Mrs. Claus to come and visit. We're going to come back and we're going to share a little bit more of Christmas spirit with you. We have a Christmas greeting from my house to your house, and it actually has some photos of Kiwi's, some of your family on there. So we're going to share that with you too when we come back in just a minute.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
With such a wide variety of great used cars to choose from, it's no secret as to why Lakewood Auto has been in business for 34 years. It was a year ago when Lakewood Auto left Atlanta for Cherry Log, and now Lakewood Auto is celebrating its first anniversary in the mountains. Are you looking for a car but have been hurt by bad credit? Not a problem. We can help. Just give the nice folks at Lakewood Auto a call at 706-946-1500. That's 706-946-1500.
A good agent is a caring person.
You have to learn to be a good listener.
Put the interest of your clients ahead of anything else.
I'm not trying to sell you something that you don't need.
We're a company that cares, and you have an agent that cares.
Do the very best you can do for your customer.
And do it quick and do it honestly.
They know that you're going to take care of them.
And that is our job.
Me and Alpha, we got your back.
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Before you start your next home improvement project, be sure to check out Luttrell's Hardware in Copper Hill. Luttrell stocks a wide variety of tools, hardware and fasteners, spray paint and painting supplies, and electrical and plumbing repair parts, including pipes of all sizes. Need some keys? Luttrell's can turn out any kind of key in just a few minutes. Check out their inventory of new water heaters, used appliances, animal feed, and so much more. Luttrell's Hardware is in the old Smelters store next to Runway Fireworks in Copper Hill. Give Travis a call at 423-548-3300.
ETC is proud to introduce Ignite Internet, our new, faster internet. with speeds up to 100 megabits. That's right, existing internet speeds have doubled, free of charge. And as part of our customer appreciation, we've already made it available in your home. Ignite is also included with select Clear Choice bundles. Ignite your life with Ignite Internet, only from ETC.
We're back, and I'm keeping Miss Leanne up here with me because you know who's watching us from Tennessee?
Glasses look like
your sweet grandma. What's your grandma's name?
Grams.
Donna Kemper, and she is watching us from, what's the name of the town where she lives?
Tennessee.
Maryville, Tennessee, right? And she's watching us, and you know, I have a really good cookbook, and your Graham shared a bunch of her really good recipes with me, and we learned quickly that, Jen, the holidays are about doing something simple, doing something good, getting it out there without stressing yourself to death.
There's too much stress in life right now. I love your comment that a recipe is a beginning. Make it as simple as can be. Simple and wonderful.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm so glad that you're here today. We chose to have the kids here because it's about the holidays. It's about baby Jesus' birthday, but it's also about family and friends and getting together and cooking and sharing. And Miss Leanne is going to go with her mom up to Tennessee to visit your mom, your Grams, for Christmas. Now, will you get, Santa Claus will come to your house first and then y'all will go to Grams, or does Santa know that you'll be in Tennessee? What do you think? Did you tell him you might be in Tennessee? Okay, I bet he can find you no matter where you are. You know, Jen, it's funny, but Santa always locates the kids, doesn't he?
That's Chief Elf Woodrow's prime assignment, is to know where everyone is on that night. Absolutely.
Well, I think I heard some sleigh bells, and it must mean that Santa is close to the building. Now, if we hear the sleigh bells coming in just a minute, we're going to take a break. But right now, I think we're going to go to just some footage of Christmas memories at my home. And this was from a few years ago. I think it was actually maybe 3-4 years ago. But it was a lot of fun as we celebrated the holidays at my house and up on the mountain and up in North Carolina. Some of the photos belong to other folks who submitted them to me. But I want y'all to sit back and just enjoy a little Christmas trip down memory lane. A lot of ice and a lot of snow. Thankfully, we don't have any of that today. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Leave thy throne and thy kingly crown when thou camest to earth for me. But in Bethlehem's home
back and Santa's in the house. Santa's in the house and everybody is so good and being so quiet and I can't believe it. Santa and Mrs. Claus, thank you so much for taking time out of your crazy busy schedule to come and visit children at ETC3. Now, we're going to let each child talk to you for a minute. Santa, can we start with whoever's on your lap?
Yes, actually I have two on my lap. We'll start with the ladies first. This little girl here on my left, and your name is? Leanne. And what does Leanne want for Christmas?
You got my phone.
A phone, okay. All right, have you been good this year? Yes, well that's awesome. Santa always appreciates when you're good, so thank you very much. And do you have your Christmas tree up? I can't wait to see it. Did you help decorate it? Awesome, that's great. And on this side I have who?
No, I'm Carter.
Carter?
Carter, what a nice
And what does Carter want?
I'm a Lego set.
A Lego set? Okay, do you like Legos?
Yeah.
Awesome. And how old are you, Carter?
6.
6.
Wow.
Oh, and you go to school?
Yeah.
Where?
Copper Basin in 6.
Oh, awesome. Hello to all the folks there at Copper Basin. Yeah. Well, that sounds great. Well, I appreciate you coming and seeing me, okay? And Santa will see what he can do. Okay?
All right.
Merry Christmas.
You want to say hello to the Copper Basin?
Wave at Copper Basin.
Hello,
Hey, Copper Basin.
Copper Basin, yes.
We got Carter right here.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Carter, thank
Good
you,
job,
my
buddy.
friend. And this young lady right here who has beautiful red hair, her name is?
Kendra.
Kendra. Kendra, what would you like for Christmas?
A computer.
A computer,
A little
okay.
one.
Oh, you must be very smart.
She looks
Oh,
smart,
yeah.
Santa.
Have you been good? Awesome. And how old are you?
9.
9.
Wow.
You know, it seems like it was just last year that you were 8. Well, that's great. Are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, awesome. We can't wait to come by and see you on Christmas Eve. And
I don't get
forget
to come.
Leave some cookies and milk for Santa.
Okay.
You know what my favorite are?
What?
Chocolate chip. Oh, I love chocolate chip cookies.
That's my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite too?
I think he has too many in his tummy.
So when I come by, if there's a bite out of one of them, I knew you were there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, okay? Thank you, sweetie.
Merry Christmas, darling.
And who is this handsome
Whoa,
young
very
man?
handsome.
Mine.
And what would you like for Christmas?
2 koala bears.
2 koala bears. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, why do you like koala bears?
Because they're cute.
Because they're cute?
Like you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Koala bears. I don't think I've had too many
We'll have to check
requests
on that.
for koala bears. I'll see what I can do.
Now, do you
okay?
want real koala bears or stuffed?
Surely you don't want real koala bears.
No.
They'd be hard to take care of. Maybe a stuffed koala bear? Okay, all right. Anything else? No? Do you like surprises? Do you? What if I brought you a Barbie doll? That'd be a surprise, wouldn't it?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's so silly.
Santa, maybe a kid.
Oh, or G.I. Joe would be more like it, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
You be good, okay?
Yeah,
We'll see what we can
thank
do.
you so much for coming by and seeing me. You're one handsome young man, all right?
I've got
Merry
candy canes,
Christmas.
Santa, that I forgot to give to the
Oh, we
boys
got to
and
give
girls.
all the children candy canes.
That's
Yes.
right.
A little bag
Here
over
you
here
go.
on the-
Oh, yeah?
On the floor.
Oh, and we've got bags too. I'm going to go ahead and give you this before I forget it. And your name is?
Trent.
Trent. Trent, what do you want?
A remote control car.
A remote control car, okay? All right, anything else?
No.
No? Okay.
A new girlfriend. No, no girls allowed, right?
Nothing else? T-set, a dollhouse, anything like that? You know I'm kidding. Are you ready for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your tree up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you?
There's jingle bells.
Oh, and jingle bells. You see,
Do
I
you
got
really?
I love jingle bells.
So that's why
Jingle, 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 for my name is so. You ever heard that song? It's from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, my lead deer. Yeah. Do you have your tree up? Did you help decorate? Awesome.
You know
That is
what?
so
He's
great.
a dingling, actually. Oh,
Yeah, I can be sometimes.
there you go, buddy.
There you go, my friend. I'm going to be sure everybody
That's
gets a
right.
candy cane and everybody gets a bag too.
There you
Let's
go.
see here. Who did I miss? There you go. And a
Got
candy
one more.
cane for you.
One more to visit with you, Santa.
Oh, goodness.
There you go, baby
Hey
doll.
there. Hey there, sweetie, how are you?
It's okay. Mommy's going to stay right there.
And what's her? Oh,
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
You know what? Can you? Well, I have something for you.
She was quicker to say bye than she was hi.
You want a candy cane?
Can you hold that?
Thank you.
And hold that. Who did not get a bag?
And be really, really good.
Sit down on the floor.
Y'all sit down on the floor and be really, really good.
You guys are being great.
Let's get around.
Who did not get a bag? Who did not get a
Okay.
bag?
Placed over there by Mrs. Claus.
Okay, there's a bag for you.
Okay, we're going to get all the kids arranged nice and simple and quiet, and everything's going perfectly until Miss Amarella gets up there, and then she doesn't want to see Santa. She's the one kid that should have been so good because she was on my set when she was 2 weeks old, and she was always good on television. Then all of a sudden, she blew a gasket on us. So Santa, 1 out of 6 or 7 wasn't bad. She's a sweetheart, and hopefully next year she will be happy to see Santa. I hope that you have some very special plans in your life for the holidays. Santa is going to share a message with the children. He's going to actually tell them a story that maybe will touch your heart. I hope it will touch your heart. And I hope if you have friends who possibly didn't know that Santa was going to be with us here today, get them to tune in again tonight because we will re-air at 6 p.m. tonight. We will re-air again at 1 a.m. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and tell the grandparents that they can once again watch the children. Now we're going to go back to Santa and Mrs. Claus, and you know they brought some cookies. Jen, I don't know if we can be eating Santa's cookies or not. Maybe we better leave them alone. We're going to be a good girl. We're going to be a good girl. But we're going to go back and we're going to let Santa share a message of Christmas hope for the children.
Cherie, and I want to share a story with you, and this is one of my favorite stories of all time, so I hope all the children will listen closely to this beautiful story that was written by Helen Rice, and I hope everyone at home listens very closely to this because this is a very beautiful Christmas story that is called The Christmas Guest, and it goes like this. It happened one day at December's end, 2 neighbors called and an old-time friend, and they found his shop so meager and mean, made gay with 1,000 boughs of green. And Conrad was sitting with face a-shine when he suddenly stopped as he stitched the twine and said, "Old friends, at dawn today, when the cock was crowing the night away, the Lord appeared in a dream to me and said, 'I am coming, your guest to be.' So I've been busy with feet astir, strewing my shop with branches of fir. The table is spread, and the kettle is shined, and over the rafters the holly is twined. And now I will wait for my Lord to appear, and listen closely so I will hear his step as he nears my humble place. And I open the door and look upon his face." So his friends went home and left Conrad alone, for this was the happiest day he had known. For long since his family had passed away, and Conrad had spent a sad, lonely Christmas day. But he knew with the Lord as his special Christmas guest that this would be the dearest and best. And he listened with only joy in his heart, and with every sound he would rise with a start, and look for the Lord to be standing there in answer to his earnest prayer. So he ran to the window after hearing a sound, but all that he saw on the snow-covered ground was a shabby old beggar whose shoes were torn, and all of his clothes were ragged and worn. So Conrad was touched, and he went to the door, and he said, "Your feet must be frozen and sore, and I have some shoes in my shop for you, and a coat that will keep you warmer too." So with grateful heart the man went away, but as Conrad noticed the time of day, he wondered what made the dear Lord so late, and how much longer he'd have to wait, when he heard a knock, and he ran to the door. But it was only a stranger once more, a bent old beggar with a shawl of black, with a bundle of kindling piled on her back. She asked for only a place to rest, but that was reserved for Conrad's great guest. But her voice seemed to plead, "Don't send me away. Let me rest a while on Christmas Day." So Conrad brewed her a steaming cup and told her to sit at his table and sup. But after she left, he was filled with dismay, for he saw that the hours were passing away, and the Lord had not come as he said he would, and Conrad felt that for sure he had misunderstood. When out of the stillness he heard a cry, "Please help me and tell me, where am I?" So again he opened his friendly door and stood disappointed as twice before. It was only a child who had wandered away and was lost from her family on Christmas Day. Again Conrad's heart was heavy and sad, but he knew he should make this little girl glad, so he called her in and wiped away her tears and quieted all her childish fears. Then he led her back to her home once more, but as he entered his own darkened door, he knew that the Lord was not coming today, for the hours of Christmas had soon passed away. So he went to his room, and he knelt down to pray. And he said, "Dear Lord, why did you delay? What kept you from coming to call on me? For I wanted so much your face to see." When soft in the silence a voice was heard, "Lift up your head, for I kept my word. 3 times my shadow crossed your floor. 3 times I came to your lonely door. For I was the beggar with bruised cold feet, and I was the woman you gave something to eat, and I was the child on that homeless street. Of all the gifts, love is the best. I was truly honored to be your Christmas guest." Wasn't that a lovely story, boys and girls? Oh, it was, wasn't it? I love stories like that, and we must all remember that love is truly the most precious gift that anyone can receive during this Christmas season, that this is the time to celebrate the Lord Jesus' birth. Without Christ, there is no Christmas. So be sure you go out and share that joy by wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas, Santa. Thank you so much. One of the things that we have to do is remind all our viewers, Jen, you know how important it is. Our sponsors came on board, put us back on the air. Without our sponsors, we would not be here. So thank you for making this possible. Thank you for helping us to come back into the community that we love. You know, from Ball Ground to Turtletown, Georgia, Turtletown, Tennessee. Well, it might as well come to Georgia. It's right there on our, right there. That's right. And it's all about the communities we serve. We are looking at kids who came from different areas, and it's all about getting together, sharing the holidays, sharing a food, sharing a message, and giving back. So I hope that Santa touched your heart. He's going to stay here for a little bit because we're going to take a lot of shots with the kids for Santa. You know, this is a very special day for them. It's a very special day for us. We're making it through the holidays by reaching out to each other. And, you know, I talked about this yesterday. There are a lot of people out there that are suffering, have lost jobs. So many things are happening. But the message of Christmas is truly Christmas love. It is all about loving somebody and taking care of them. And if you know somebody who needs some help, if you know a single mom, somebody who is really struggling to have Christmas, you know, pick up the phone and let's make it possible for everybody to have a little something for the holidays
just the
and
warmth
give back.
Of the season.
Yeah.
Just spread a little bit of love around. Sometimes
So
maybe
important.
we can't give something monetary, but we can give a hug.
We can.
And that's so important this time of year.
Very important, very important. We're going to take a break and go to a commercial, and then we're going to come back and we're going to spend a little bit more time with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus is like the one who keeps his act together. Do you know how important her job is? Can you only imagine? We'll be back in just a minute.
80% of cable programming is delivered by only 9 media conglomerates. These conglomerates have continued to push for higher rates and fees to independent cable providers like ETC. We think the types of programming and rates should be determined by you, the customer, not by massive media conglomerates. ETC is working together with hundreds of independent cable companies to keep these costs in check. To find out more, visit etconmyside.com.
I'm Lauren Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does Ed Singleton own? He just up with number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry?
It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again.
All love Subway.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997. In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
College, professional, local. Get the deal with ETC Cable TV. Big networks like ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Classic, the SEC Network, and Fox Sports South. Plus 101 premium and HD channels. Be a real fan. Call ETC or go online today.
Papa's Pizza in LJ offers a great buffet including a salad bar, pizza of your choice, and dessert to make your family night enjoyable and affordable for only $6.59. There's a large game room for the young and young at heart. Check out the large variety of sandwiches like our delicious Philly cheesesteak. Wings, pizza, sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Our party room is perfect for that special occasion. Lunch or dinner, you just can't beat Papa's when it comes to feeding your family.
All right, we're back, and I have a very special guest visiting with me, Mrs. Claus, and we all know that without you, he would not go 1 foot in that sleigh.
Thank you, Miss Cherie.
Honey, what do you have to do to get him ready?
Well, I bake a lot of cookies.
I can imagine.
I keep him packed full of cookies, sew a lot of buttons,
right.
Soothe his tired feet.
Yeah.
You name it, I do it. Keep the elves straight.
Does he ever have a runny nose?
Yes.
Yes, and do you get him, you got to get him vitamin C?
No, I just say, you may want to do something with that.
But you got to pump him up with vitamin C. You got to keep hot chocolate around so when he comes in, warm him up.
Absolutely.
Now, does he rest in between stops or does he just hit them all?
He does. He rests in between stops, and sometimes you may hear him snoring if you listen very carefully. I caught him snoring the other day.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine what if you weren't here to help him? He couldn't do this alone.
I'd like to think he couldn't.
He couldn't. Trust me.
Well, what is it they say? Behind every good man, there's a great woman.
There's a great woman, and
I'm sticking to it.
I guarantee you, those elves would be looking around saying, "Where's the groceries?"
Where's the food?
Yeah.
Cherie, I've got to tell you this. But Mrs. Claus is the reason that Santa stays at the North Pole 364 days out of the year.
Santa!
I got you. It sounds like Freddie pumped that in there. Now, you brought me a very special gift, and I'm seeing it, and I'm starting to gag already.
Cherie, I helped you co-host recently, and we touched on
memories.
Some memories that we had from childhood.
Yes.
Well, I just happened to find some of these delicious marshmallow circus peanuts.
Yuck.
And they are all stuck together, so you can pull out 3 at a time, and you're going to love them.
Yeah, I am. Thank you so much, Mrs. Claus. My grandmother thought that this was the coolest thing ever for her to say, "Should go get you one of the peanuts out of my cookie jar." And I'm like, "No, thank you, but thank you."
Chocolate drops that were stuck together.
This is a wonderful treasure. Thank you so much.
But I hope that you'll share them with friends.
I will. Yeah. I will insist that he eat them.
And not you.
Exactly.
One more little thing, because there is a little shady side to Miss Cherie.
Just a little bit.
So there's a bag of coal.
A bag of coal.
Not really. It's a sweet
That is
little
so
book about
cute.
Christmas.
Good,
And you're
thank
just such
you.
a very special
Thank you, thank you,
person.
thank you. That
and-
is too cool.
But you have to show your little book.
You know, I did have some, I was telling somebody this morning, I said, I read something, it was a really good sermon this weekend about staying away from negativity. And I said, this is the time of year that it's really hard to not remember the bad stuff.
Yep.
So I've been trying to really work at staying away from negativity. It's hard.
It's very difficult.
But I can say I am not going to a federal prison yet because I haven't hurt anybody, although there are a few I'm thinking about chasing down. And I was going to ask Santa, could I use the sleigh?
Well, yeah.
Because I'm thinking I can escape easier if
That's
I'm
right.
there.
You better be ready to run,
you
lady.
know, it's hard, but Christmas joys, and Christmas is all about the joy
It
of
is.
Christmas.
It
and,
is.
and the holiday memories. We were talking about it last night, and how what an effort it is for me to decorate for Christmas because I never had to do that.
Oh.
My daughter always did
Yeah.
that. And
Do
so
it in her memory, Cherie.
I do. I
Do it
did
in her
this
memory.
year. Freddie was like, "Why do you keep doing more decorations?" I said, "Because Angela would want me to."
Sure she would.
So yeah.
Sure she
So
would.
thank you so much for my bag of coal, and my disgusting peanuts. And if y'all are sitting out there and you like these things, they'll be sitting on my desk at Lakewood Auto Sales, and you can come by. And as I'm doing an application to sell you a car, I'll give you a peanut, and hopefully they'll be gone quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But you know what I want to say, Cherie, is Merry Christmas, Angela in heaven.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, I got a message from one of the girls who was on the show with us talking about the children's park, and I thought about how many children are playing in heaven together. Our children are all together.
Sure they are.
And circling a Christmas tree possibly, or just with the angels celebrating, and we will all have an empty place at the table this
That's
year.
right. But you think our decorations look pretty. Wow.
Oh yeah, can you only imagine?
yeah.
Can you only imagine? Well, you know, y'all taking the time out to come and visit with these children today was amazing. I think that putting that special glimmer in their eye, when we said Santa's in the house, you could see that it was that's what it's all about.
It is.
That's what it's all about, through the eyes of a child.
Absolutely.
Through the eyes of a
Absolutely.
child. Now, how many children do you think Santa has visited with this year? And how many have you had to say, "Don't pull his beard now, you little heathen"?
I've wanted to say that, but Mrs. Claus would never do that. I'm
Never
just
do
looking
that.
at him like, oh, please, please, please,
Yeah.
very careful,
Yeah,
be very
yeah,
careful.
yeah. How many children do you think you've
Hundreds,
seen?
Cherie, hundreds of children. We do the governor's mansion. We do a lot of parades and that, but Santa got a call this morning from a friend of his at Cherokee County Fire. He's from the Sheriff's Department, and he asked, had a special request for Santa to come and visit a terminally ill child.
Wow.
A little boy that's 2 years old who has SMA.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, "Where is the little boy?" And he said, "Peachtree City." I'm like, "Can you do this?"
Yeah,
I'll
sure
find
you
time.
will.
I'll find
Yeah,
time.
Sure you will.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. And that's what, you know, when we look at what we have for ourselves, we want to celebrate today a very special birthday. Jake Loudermilk is going to be 19. Is that his name? Jen, is that right? Did I get that right? Don't y'all love
And Jen
live
takes
TV?
care of Miss Cherie. So.
Jen is the do-all, see-all, be-all. Jake Loudermilk celebrating 19 years. Happy birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, bud.
It is about the holidays and children, and to make that final wish for a child to be true, because he may not be here Christmas
That's
Day.
right.
When we're looking at our little pity parties and we look around us, we're not going to be planning a child's funeral on Christmas.
That's right. That's right.
So how blessed we are. How
We are blessed.
we are. Now, can we brag a little bit about the parade in Ball Ground, just a tiny bit? It was a massive, huge success.
I can't really take any credit for it. Santa worked very, very hard. The Toys for Tots charity is his favorite charity. I cannot tell you how successful, how many thousands of people were there, how many wonderful toys that we got for the children, and it was just a huge success. We had a great time.
Took a lot of effort, and on top of visiting with all the children, baking all the cookies, do all the things you do, you found time to do this. Now, are we going to be able to have a video of this that we can air on ETC?
We are certainly hoping. We are certainly hoping.
I hope so. I wanted to
work
be
on
there,
that.
but I can't be in 3 places at one time either.
You know-
I've got this problem.
You know, I can, because
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
But you
and
can't.
Santa obviously does. He
Santa's in
obviously
12
does.
places at
Yeah,
one time. Yeah.
Do you know, I can remember when Santa would come and visit the children, he would always wait until about 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah, they
And
got to be
then
asleep.
They had to be asleep,
Yeah.
but then those little heathens would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and say,
It's
"Come
time
and
to
look
get
what
up."
Santa brought." And I want to share a poem with Santa that he wrote, and I'm sure he'll remember penning this poem. Years ago, he came to our truck shop in Jasper, Georgia, and he worked really hard out in the yard. He didn't even have to come in the house except for a little tiny gift, and he left us a poem, and it says, when Elf and I came into the house, we worked quietly as a mouse. The other elves worked very hard. Just look outside in your yard. When Santa came in, I did find some hot chocolate gone. And I did find a couple of Diet Cokes gone out of the fridge. But Santa and the elf who came inside worked very hard, but outside the elves were building, Nicholas, he called it a stick house. And it was a playground set. And I thought that night, did you pen that poem for Santa? I don't think Santa could have written that.
Well, you know, I don't like to take credit.
I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you credit. Because he's so busy.
He's very busy.
He's very busy.
Very, very busy.
But for Nicholas to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, Santa just left me a letter, you know, and it's like, well, let's read the letter. And I loved it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For
That's
doing
creating memories, and that's what we all need to do is create more memories.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a very special memory. And then he opened the door after I read the poem that Santa left, and he said, he left me a stick house. And I said, at 4 o'clock in the morning,
really, son?
I don't care what he left. But thank you for everything that you and Santa do to make Christmas real for so many children. Now, you were recently in Atlanta at the Governor's Mansion.
Yes.
How many children did y'all visit with
Hundreds of children, old and young, a lot of fun. It's a wonderful celebration of Christmas. It's a great way to kick off the season. I would say it's one of Georgia's best kept secrets because it's free and open to the public.
Right.
You get to see the lighting of the tree, the state tree. You get to tour the mansion, which is lovely. Downstairs there's punch and cookies for the kids of all ages. And Santa and I are there. This was our 6th year.
It's awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Well, I know that you've got lots to do and you're going to have to slip away in a few minutes. We are going to keep them here long enough to take some more photos with the children. You'll be able to see these photos in a couple of our local newspapers. You know, it is about sharing the message of Christmas, and nobody does it any better than the two of y'all. We're going to take another short break, and girls, I don't care what you do to get me off the set so we can get back to the kids, because we're going to put Mrs. Claus back over there. So if we need to go back to a commercial, whatever, this is live TV, and sometimes it's perfectly planned, and sometimes we fly by the seat of our pants. Here we go.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
With such a wide variety of great used cars to choose from, it's no secret as to why Lakewood Auto has been in business for 34 years. It was a year ago when Lakewood Auto left Atlanta for Cherry Log, and now Lakewood Auto is celebrating its first anniversary in the mountains. Are you looking for a car but have been hurt by bad credit? Not a problem, we can help. Just give the nice folks at Lakewood Auto a call at 706-946-1500. That's 706-946-1500.
A good agent is a caring person.
You have to learn to be a good listener.
Put the interest of your clients ahead of anything else.
I'm not trying to sell you something that you don't need.
We're a company that cares, and you have an agent that cares.
Do the very best you can do for your customer.
And do it quick and do it honestly.
They know that you're going to take care of them.
And that is our job.
Me and Alpha, we got your back.
For the best agents in the business, call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Before you start your next home improvement project, be sure to check out Luttrell's Hardware in Copper Hill. Luttrell stocks a wide variety of tools, hardware and fasteners, spray paint and painting supplies, and electrical and plumbing repair parts, including pipes of all sizes. Need some keys? Luttrell's can turn out any kind of key in just a few minutes. Check out their inventory of new water heaters, used appliances, animal feed, and so much more. Luttrell's Hardware is in the Old Smelters store next to Runway Fireworks in Copper Hill. Give Travis a call at 423-548-3300.
ETC is proud to introduce Ignite Internet, our new, faster internet with speeds up to 100 megabits. That's right, existing internet speeds have doubled, free of charge. And as part of our customer appreciation, we've already made it available in your home. Ignite is also included with select Clear Choice bundles. Ignite your life with Ignite Internet, only from ETC.
Well, welcome back to the Cherie Show, and I want to talk to these young people here, these sweet boys and girls. They have been so kind today to sit here very quietly, and I want to express my thanks to all of them for coming and seeing Santa Claus. And I want to remind these young people, and I want to remind you out there in the TV audience about the importance of giving to others during this time of year. You know, sometimes we mistake Christmas as a time of receiving, but it's also a time of giving too, and it is very important that we take time out to maybe donate to some worthy organizations like the Toys for Tots, the local Empty Stocking Fund drives, the Salvation Army.
The Children's Park of Georgia.
Yes, there's a lot of families out there during the holiday season that are struggling and need your help, and we ask that you do everything you can to help out these organizations so that every child can have a very, very Merry Christmas, because that's important that we all celebrate the true spirit of the holiday season, and that is to help and to give to others during this time. And Miss Cherie, I know you have been wonderful to help and to give to others, to give of your time, and we ask that everybody out there that's watching today do the same thing. So, Mrs. Claus, do you have anything to add to that?
You know, I was just listening to Miss Jen, who's helping Cherie out today, and she was talking about working at the Crisis Center.
Yes.
And that's a good way to give, in Ducktown, that's a great way to give back. If you can't give money or you know, if you want to have a personal touch with people, do something like that.
Just give of your time.
Just your time.
Yes,
yeah.
Just give of your time. Even if you don't have money, go by and visit families and share some time with your family members that may not be able to get outside, like your grandparents and the elderly, because sometimes they're very lonely during this time of the year. So it's very important that we share the love of the Christmas season with everybody out there. So that's my desire and my wish for you, that you'll do as Santa does, give of yourself, give of your time, and maybe share some presents with some other folks that need them more than we do.
You know, and make some memories, because you'll always remember those grandparents and how special they were in your lives and what they did for you. So make some memories and share your time with them.
That's one of the things I wanted to say, because there's so many elderly people in the nursing home. Our memories of my childhood came from my grandmother. Sure. And my great aunts, and let's don't forget those people, because those, I know that you and Santa went and visited over at Cameron Hall, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and what a blessing that was. Oh, yeah. And we all have the ability to give back without it costing us a lot of money. And then for those that are sitting out there with the big fat checkbooks and the big fat wallets, we got, you know, you can make a difference in many children's lives.
Absolutely.
At the end of the year, it's also tax deductible.
Children's Park of Georgia is a perfect.
Absolutely. Children's Park of Georgia, we are determined to see that rise.
Yes,
we are going to see it rise from the dirt, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what it will be like for everybody to be able to give back and see the results.
It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. You know, we were talking earlier about sharing and giving and that. I've always felt better, even as a child, when I was giving somebody. So I'd love to pick out the perfect gift for someone and see the look on their face.
That's right, like circus peanuts.
Well,
oh yes, the perfect
Santa,
gift.
would you like one?
Oh, no, thank you.
You know, know what? I have this feeling that I'm going to be taking those circus peanuts back to the North Pole.
Oh, no, I'm going to take them to Lakewood Auto, and you know, the good kids are going to get one of those. I love that. I'm so happy that y'all could take the time to visit with us. And children, y'all have been amazingly good. Yay. We've sugared them up to the max, but they've been so good. And kids, I want each one of y'all to turn around now and tell Santa thank you for coming to visit.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
kids.
much. And I appreciate all of you lovely children. You know, and children ask me, why did I select the North Pole as my home? Well, it's on top of the earth, and it gives me the opportunity to oversee every child in the world. And it's also the closest point to heaven. So I always keep it in mind and remember the true meaning of this holiday season. So Merry Christmas to all of you, and we'll see you on Christmas Eve.
Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Amen.
That's right. Now, Jen, thank you so much for helping me put this together today. You brought some goodies. I brought some goodies. We're going to hang out a little bit when we go off the air. We're going to take some more pictures of Santa. And it truly is about giving. And I know one of the things that you love to do, you love to give and do for other people. And we need to mention the Copper Basin Crisis Center. If you have anything, as you're cleaning out and getting ready for the holidays for your family, if you have things that you don't need, the Crisis Center could use that. So many things they're looking for.
Very much so. Anything. They do have a Santa room, so anyone with any questions, just call the Crisis Center in Copper Basin. And I will also tell all of you that are listening out there, the auxiliary at Copper Basin Medical Center has a Santa tree in the lobby of the hospital. Bring your children by and take a gift off the tree.
There you go.
And it's there for you, and we want you to know that it is there. So Santa can't be everywhere every moment, Santa. I know we were talking about your hectic schedule, but we do have the Santa tree, and we would love to see you there between now and even after Christmas, as long as we have things. And if you have toys and you want to bring them by the hospital, bring them by the Santa tree. The auxiliary would really appreciate it. We're trying to take care of those residents of Polk County that so desperately need help, or everyone that desperately needs help.
Yeah.
The saddest thing this time of year is a sad child. And I have to say thank you. Let me just do a shout out to the emergency room personnel who took such good care of me this past weekend with bronchitis.
You were sicker than a dog, weren't you?
But I got well for Santa Claus. I'm not going to miss Santa. I'm not stupid.
That's right.
I've sent Santa my list. My list is easy this year. Happiness and contentment for everyone, and peace of mind for you, peace of mind for me. Tomorrow is a tough holiday for me because 25 years ago I lost someone very important to me. And you and I have talked about this already.
It happens in December.
December's a rough month, but remembering those warm, happy memories of them, not those cold. I thought about Angela so much this weekend. She and I were putting up a tree in McKaysville, and the tree fell. And
the tree fell, and it was a big tree.
It was a big tree. We laughed till we had a problem, and we lived to talk about it, and we had the most fun. But remember, if you've lost someone, try to remember those warm, happy thoughts. They would not, where they are now, they don't want us to be upset and unhappy about them. We need to remember them.
And I got to make y'all laugh because my son is a gun advocate and he loves guns. And he came in the other day and he said, "Mom, I'm thinking about you. You're up there at that car lot. You're here. I think you need a gun for protection." I said, "Son, you do not want to give me a gun this time of year. Santa knows not to bring me a gun." But you know, we will get through the holidays the best way we possibly can. We have less than 30 seconds to go, and I have to say we'll be back on the air tomorrow and again Thursday. I'm going to just share more Christmas memories with y'all. I think it's very important that we look back on those good days, those amazing days, those happy memories, those crazy times when the tree fell, and it was a great experience.
It was one of the funniest days I've ever had. One of the funniest days I've ever laughed my way through.
And you know that Lawnmower Girl is watching us from heaven. Everybody knows the story of Angela riding the lawnmower to take Tori to school.
But it's decorated for Christmas now. She has organized Christmas in heaven like no one else could.
Absolutely.
She completely has.
Yes,
completely.
Yes. Well, thank you, Santa and Mrs. Claus, and thank you, kids, for being
Merry
so
Christmas,
good. I appreciate
everybody.
all of you. To our viewers, you have done so much for so many by just being there and giving back to me. I appreciate that so much. As I see you out in the community doing for other people, it warms my heart. I hope that you have a joyous day today. Tell your friends and tell your neighbors. Tune in again tonight at 6 o'clock, again at 1 a.m. I'll be back tomorrow and Thursday, and then we take a break and come back on the air live January the 5th with David Ralston. and Speaker of the House visiting with us. I'm looking forward to that. Hope that you will have a great evening, great afternoon. Enjoy the moment where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. It's time for us to leave you now. See you again soon.
Merry Christmas.